What's up, guys? Welcome to 𝗏𝗧𝗘𝗧. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to accurately restretch your samples. If you guys haven't subbed already, I'll turn you should do so because those have been lied. Let's hop right into it. So this one will be pretty quick, so we can just go ahead and hop into the first one. All right, so the first tip that I want to give is actually how to find the key of any sample, loop, or whatever you're using, right? So what you're going to do is just drag it in, double click, right click, and then go to pitch corrector. Okay, now it'll pull this up and pretty much it will figure out the scale for you. So what you have to do is click like these scissors, okay, and this will come in handy for like sampling and chopping later. Go to scale and it'll tell you the scale that is used for this. So it's a G sharp minor, and we can confirm that because it is right here, G sharp minor. Okay, so that is how to find the key, which is very important going forward. So let's move on to the next. Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you how to sync up the BPM and the sample together so that it'll be on beat no matter what drums you throw in or whatever you change up. Okay, so what you want to do is press Ctrl+T, and that'll put a marker here. This is very important, and you want to put this at the end of your sample. Now this is more for samples that aren't exact loops. So what I mean by that is most samples, they're made like in 8 bars each, and they just loop over, or they just have like variations. But usually you can just double click, go to time, right click, and go 4 bars. But in a lot of samples, this is not the case, right? So this one is kind of in a thirds thing right here. It's on 4 bars, but the full sample is 12 bars. So when you try to chop it or you try to map it to a BPM or something, it won't work exact. So if you do this here, and then you go to snap to grid markers, you can lock this automatically. Oops, let me go to stretch right here. You can lock it back here, and if you want to do one in the middle, you can. Okay, and that way you can kind of mess around with halftime and double time or regular, whatever you want to call it. So with this right now, you could change the BPM and it'll lock back. Oops, we got to make sure we go back to markers, and it'll lock to this. And you don't have to do all that like zooming in stuff. Okay, right, and then once you do it once, you don't got to do it again. Okay, you can see everything is consistent. The quality is still great. So one other thing that you can do real quick is you can have it on resample, or you can do Stretch Pro, and a lot of people don't use this. I don't know why, but you go to Stretch Pro, and you could change the format of the sample, and it's just like a bonus thing. Right, just give it like a cool little effect, right? So that is that. So let's move on to the next one. All right, so now we're going to talk about changing the key. So if you have your mode on auto, generally what it'll do is try to keep the sample the same key as the original, right? So we're in G sharp, and then when you resample, even in 186, it'll keep the same key. So it's important to know that. And then resample, we'll just change it depending on the BPM. Okay, and then Stretch Pro. Okay, now this one is a little unique. So if we play this, right, it'll pretty much combine the two almost. So it'll keep whatever new key you have, and it'll adjust it to the BPM. And this is important to know because if you want to change the key, right, and we'll talk about the key right here. So pretty much up here, range. So 1 just means going up. Let's go in here. So say if we're right here on C6, that 1 in here just means you go up or down 1. So if you go all the way to the right, you go to C sharp, and then if you go down, you go to B. So obviously you go up 3, you can reset it. Let's go down 3. So we go from here 1 2 3. So now it's an A minor. So that is how this works, and that goes up as far as you need to go. So let's do 3 just to show you kind of what it would sound like. Let's go back here. Okay, keep this up. Okay, sounds a little weird, but it's just something that you can do. Now, other than this, let's reset this. You can go to tools and you can change it here. Okay, just something else you can do. Now with this, the reason I'm showing you this is because what you can do is remap your entire sample back to C. So just like an 808, when you retune your 808s, right now it's on G sharp, right? So if we right click G sharp, now it's in C minor, and we make sure this is clicked. So now when you chop your sample and stuff, it'll be completely in key, and you can literally just go up the scales. Oops. Okay, and there's a lot of power with this stuff. Mute that. Okay, and that's pretty much all I wanted to show you. I just want to have this on the channel so people can specifically find it and get this, this info they need. But it's gonna be this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.